Especially with that creepy older brother line from Matthew McConaughey where he's like, I keep getting older, but the girls stay the same age. If you remember taking the blame for a house party your older brother threw when your parents went out of town, then this video is for you. Not because you threw the party, but because you were there. You've probably seen the reels and TikToks by now. Xbox, Mountain Dew, Tony Hawk, MTV, 2000s nostalgia. Clips designed to make 30-year-olds wish that they were 19 again, and to make the youth feel like they're missing out on something and that they were born the wrong generation. It happened in the 80s, it happened in the 90s, and it's happening again right now. Anyways, that's older brother core. It's all marketing, and the term is FOMO, fear of missing out. Not the loud nostalgia revival, but the quieter character who lived inside it. Before we get into it, please subscribe and turn notifications on. A couple of you guys told me that you weren't getting the notifications, and I want to make sure we could fix that. And with that being said, let's get into this shit. Growing up, I was an only child, but I had a lot of older friends and their older siblings as well. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was Christmas morning. I got a brand new GoPed. I couldn't have been more excited. I'm cruising around the neighborhood and I see my friend's older brother. So I wave, I'm like, what's up? He throws a football. It hits me in the head. And you know what happened? I flew right over the fucking handlebar of them. In one of my favorite skating movies, which is mid-90s, there's an older brother and his name is Ian and the younger brother is Stevie. The older brother is really mean, quintessential bully, teases him, isn't kind, all of that shit. The younger brother wants nothing more than to look up to him, be like him. He goes into his room, he admires everything that's in there, the video games, CD players, all that stuff. But it isn't until he adopts kind of found family, older brothers that he could claim his own at the skate shop. They take him under his wing. And throughout the movie, there's a tremendous amount of growth that happens for him. And ultimately, he becomes cool. He starts getting in trouble for stuff that maybe his mom wouldn't care so much that the older brother was doing because she was used to him kind of being that way. But now her baby boy is doing it. And by the end of the movie, he kind of big brothers his big brother. And he has so much growth that the real cool kid is Stevie. And the reason why this example fits so well is because the older brother Ian had already burned the runway and the little brother Stevie doesn't have one. I'm just telling you off the bat, I'm gonna be talking about a ton of my favorite movies because I guess some of my favorite characters were younger brother core. And the next example is Almost Famous. The main character, William Miller, has an older sister played by Zooey Deschanel. She's a free spirit, and before she leaves the house, gives her brother an archive of amazing 70s records. It sets him free. It changes the trajectory of his life forever. His mom is super uptight, type A, very careful of everything her young man, her son's doing. He starts working as a journalist and through lying and amazing writing actually lands a job working for Rolling Stone magazine. He gets picked up by a big band of the generation to go on tour and just document the experience. Once William gets on the road, he's surrounded by rock stars, and a lot of the things they're doing, like drugs and sex, if they're doing it, it would be expected, but for William, it would be a problem. So he survives the only way a younger brother can, by watching, listening, and understanding people better than they know themselves. Almost Famous is younger brother core in motion. William Miller, too young to fit in, allowed access, but doesn't have the authority. Learns by listening and gains trust by being invisible. The older figures are louder, cooler, and more unstable. William doesn't outmuscle them, he outgrows them. We find this type of character intriguing and fun to watch. He's innocent, sweet, and we're rooting for him. Don't take drugs! Younger brother core gets the internal monologue, gets the arc, and gets the growth. Older brother core is usually just the bully, the jock, the gatekeeper, the guy who peaks early and you're not rooting for. While older brother core dominates the room, younger brother core dominates the story. Another favorite movie of mine with Pete Davidson. His character is older brother coded. His energy is reckless, cool, already plugged into an adult behavior. The younger brother is overexposed too early, takes the damage, and handles it alone. He's not chasing rebellion, he's chasing approval. And that's younger brother core, babe. How they learned, it's a big difference. The older brother discovers through risk. He has no roadmap and creates culture by accident. He sounds pretty cool. The younger brother discovers through observation, learns what not to do, and curates culture with intention. They listen to the same bands, Korn, Deftones, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Nirvana, but the relationship is different because the older brother found the music in real time through discovery, watching MTV, maybe it was the theme song of Tony Hawk Underground, while the younger brother feels nostalgic and uses this music to connect to the older brother. It reminds him of walking into his room and him screaming at him to get out and trying to play on his PS2 and having to wait 6 hours in the closet until he could use the second controller. The younger brother listens to the same music, but he found it secondhand. He listens to what his older brother does because he wants to connect with him. The thing is, when you were younger, you you were more impressionable. So like by the time you're in high school, it's not as nostalgic. But for me, just from being 9 years old through like middle school, early in high school, that's the stuff that is literally me to a T today. I am the same person I was in 2005. And I've tried so hard to get back to that person because he was really much better. And now I feel like I'm almost there. Hope you're ready for it. Could anyone guess in the comments what this next movie is going to be? Ready? Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. And be honest, like obviously I'm not going to know if you heard what I said and then you wrote it in the comments. So just like let me know if you were right or not, all right? Just like be real. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's fucking keep going. Nick and Nora is an example of when the younger brother wins. And he succeeds without dominance. Emotionally available and not trying to impress the room. So nothing like me. He doesn't win by confidence, he wins by understanding. The girl doesn't choose charisma, she chooses presence. And a guy who goes to Berklee College of Music, and I went to that school. In the movie, Nick's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, I don't know what she is, cheats openly, and he is mocked. It's just like not a fun place to be for him, but he's such a sweet guy, super younger brother core. And Nora has this on and off boyfriend. He's like this Israeli dude who's kind of an asshole and treats her like an object. And the point of this movie is that this alpha character is not ultimately the winner. It is Nick, and it's like his friends pushing him to change the course of his life and get with this girl Nora that's like really perfect for him. And if your gay best friends aren't telling you to make out with the girl that already wants to kiss you, then you're not younger brother core. Younger brother core is almost always the lead because people like stories when the main character develops and changes. Like they get bigger boobs. No, I can't say that. Smash that like button like the virgin that you probably are, you younger brother core piece of shit. And then shove your camera in the locker and tell me how much you like this video in the comments. And I also want to know about some of the examples that maybe I'm leaving out in this video and which ones are your favorites. And I don't mean like virgins because there's nothing wrong with being a virgin because my really close friend McKay is a virgin, like we're buddies. Why this resonates now, it's because older brother core is loud nostalgia. Younger brother core is quiet recognition. We're obsessed with the past because it feels finished, safe, and interpretable. Younger brother core doesn't gatekeep, it makes meaning from scraps. Older brother core is about being first. Younger brother core is about being right. Older brother core peaks early and the younger brother core gets the arc. That's why the younger brother's always the lead and the older brother's just the obstacle. And yeah, we usually steal the show in the end. And growing up, I was an only child and my mom was super young, really wasn't much of a parent, more like a big older sister. And she would teach me all the wrong things, a bunch of bad habits. I smoked weed with her when I was like 12 years old. And a lot of the times I would go out into the world by myself without the context and get myself into a whole lot of trouble. A few more great examples of younger brother core would be like The Whackness with Josh Peck, Adventureland with Jesse Eisenberg, Perks of Being a Wallflower, The Goonies, and just going back to like previous generations would be Fast Times at Richmond High, so good. The Sandlot, and do not forget Dazed and Confused, especially with that creepy older brother line from Matthew McConaughey where he's like, I keep getting older, but the girls stay the same age. Yuck. Oh my God, being picked on and beat up by my friends at sleepovers and their older brothers and everyone that was around me has really shaped me into the person I am today, whether you like me or not. And if you're one of my friends, you probably don't like me that much. My name is jsky. I appreciate everyone for tuning in to the younger brother core video. Let's be real. Everyone's talking about older brother core everywhere, and I'm probably the first person to make a video to represent the youngins. You feel me? So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your favorite younger brother core movie is, music, and memory from your life and from your childhood. And let me know what you want to talk about in the next video. Until next time, peace.